SWEGTA!
Alright, hey, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. So, I just woke up. I apologize for the way I look. I apologize for this orange juice being in the background, too. Anyway, so I just woke up, and I am checking my DMs, and doing the usual video stuff, writing things, and just preparing for recording tomorrow and all that. And I get this DM from Ben, who's like, hey man, have you seen this? And he sends me a link. And here's what it is. It's a long list of fixes that Rockstar have put out for Bully Anniversary Edition on Android and iOS. I should also mention that Ben also sent me this. As you can tell, there's been a change made in February of this year to Bully on PC. Not exactly what I was expecting this morning, but cool, thank you. I'm gonna go through this list, and there will be a little chapter thing in YouTube's chapter thingamajig that you can click on if you want to skip ahead to that part of the video, but I do want to give my thoughts on this because I did make a video a while back talking about Rockstar Games removing testapp.exe from Bully Scholarship Edition on Steam. Now what is testapp.exe? Well, it's basically an unfinished exe of Scholarship Edition, not in the strictest sense, but it remained in the game files as a bit of a leftover from development. So by now, it's safe to say that yes, they are doing something with both Scholarship Edition and Anniversary Edition. So it's not just a one and done kind of thing. I think we're seeing a pattern here. So even though it's a gradual process, we are seeing some action being taken. Finally, maybe we'll actually have a fully playable CanisCanemEdit version eventually. The fact that the classic build is still being sold on PlayStation stores and it doesn't run well at all for some people is inexcusable in my opinion. I mean, that's supposed to be like the original game, right? Like, this is it. If you want to play the game as it was when it was released officially for the first time, CanisCanemEdit, 2006 version, PlayStation, right? Hopefully they're gonna do something with that as well, because I did receive a DM just a couple hours ago from somebody on Twitter asking me like, hey Swag, have you found any fix for PlayStation 5? No. Sorry, I wish I had. If I had one, I would have told you about it. But yeah, Scholarship Edition and Anniversary Edition are ostensibly being fixed. Well, I should correct myself there. Anniversary Edition is in the process of being fixed, pretty evidently. So let's take a look at that list right now. And yeah, it's just gonna be me reading it. So if you find that interesting, stick around. General. Disabled Friends Challenge while we investigate related game issues. Enabled Screen Space Ambient Occlusion, SSAO, on supported Android devices. Updated the app icon on Android. Implemented haptic feedback on iOS and Android. This update includes fixes to improve game stability on the 64-bit mobile operating systems and supported devices. Content. Fixed an issue that resulted in a race condition during the mission That Bitch, making Mandy's locker unpickable. Fixed an issue that resulted in the mission Weed Killer not progressing if the window is destroyed before passing through Progress Point. Fixed an issue with both fighters at the Freak Show dying at the same time, resulting in the game getting stuck on a black screen. Fixed multiple issues that resulted in AI not attacking Jimmy when in combat. Fixed an issue in the mission The Rumble that resulted in police cars falling through the floor during the police chase. I've never seen that one, but thank you for fixing it, I guess. Fixed an issue that resulted in the broom being unbreakable with the brick or slingshot to open the door in the Help Gary mission. Fixed an issue in the mission Save Algie that resulted in a crash after taking Algernon to his locker. Fixed an issue in the mission Prep Challenge that resulted in rivals not attacking or defending. Fixed an issue in the mission The Tenements that resulted in Norton not attacking Jimmy. Fixed an issue in the missions The Rumble and Fighting Johnny Vincent that resulted in the police car not spawning in and gameplay not progressing during the chase sequence. Fixed an issue that resulted in heap overflow in the mission Nutcracken. Fixed an issue when throwing toilet paper over the cubicle during the errand that resulted in a crash. Fixed an issue that resulted in rendering issues during dodgeball gym class. Fixed multiple issues that resulted in crashes during minigames. Fixed an issue that resulted in weapons being incorrectly removed. Fixed an issue that resulted in a crash due to a problem with vehicle controls. Fixed an issue that resulted in a frame rate drop because of particles generated from car collisions. As satisfying as it is to see fixed an issue, I'm just gonna stop saying that part now and just summarize this list, okay? So here's stuff they fixed as far as game stability and performance goes. A race condition that resulted in a crash when starting a new game. A crash when manually loading a save from the pause menu. A crash when uploading cloud saves. Downloads getting stuck on Android to play Asset Delivery. Multiple issues affecting touch controls and Bluetooth controllers. Footsteps playing the wrong effect sound. A crash when attempting to play a speech event. A crash when deleting a 2D effect. A black screen during camera transitions. In-game in-game fires that resulted, I like how they specify in-game fires, in-game fires that resulted in the game crashing, camera transitions completing before the world was fully loaded and ready to render, a motion rendering issue on Mali GPUs causing weapon effects, window glows, graffiti tags, and health bars to invert when a weapon was fired. They also fixed a snow mound model ignoring screen space ambient occlusion, incorrect texture compression, extension, detection on, I don't know, graphics good now. Yeah, so the list goes on to mention more graphical improvements, which is good because Anniversary Edition always looked bad, in my opinion. If you compare the visual style of the first game to Scholarship Edition, you can see that it's beginning to lose a little bit of its identity, but it's still holding on to it somewhat. And then when Anniversary Edition came out, it's just like, nope, it's nothing. Like, I appreciate the fact that they made new icons and stuff and HUD elements, that's cool, thank you for that. But as far as the graphics go, like, there's no vibe to it anymore. The game feels almost hollow. That's always been my main complaint with Anniversary Edition. That and the fact that the sound effects are just broken, and they have been for a while. Well, up until now, I guess. They are in the process of fixing most of them, I think. Rockstar, if you're watching this video, hey, here's one thing that I noticed. A lot of the sound effects are just sped up. Like, they're just like twice the speed that they should be, and I think this has to do with the compression of the original PS2 version. Essentially, the way they saved a lot of space on the PS2 version was by taking a sound effect, like me going, eh, and then compressing it and speeding it up so that it just goes, eh. That way, they can just tell the game's engine, hey, slow this down. I love you, Ernest. And thus, they save some space, which is pretty clever. I do appreciate the fact that there's an effort being made here to fix a lot of the things that we've complained about over the years. Took way longer than it should have, if we're gonna be honest. But the fact that they're doing something about it now, better late than never. So thank you for doing the thing you should have done from the get-go. Yay, you're good now. Not really, but you're getting there. Thank you, keep it up. You might just make us happy one day. I don't know, who am I kidding? I'm happy. I can't deny the smile on my face right now. This is a good sign. And I think it's a good sign because it shows that they are doing something that they don't have to do. I mean, legally, yeah, they can still sell a lot of these broken games on places like Steam and the App Store. And again, the PlayStation Store. You might want to look into that, Rockstar. And the same thing goes for Xbox One, by the way. But as I was saying, it's good that they're actually doing something about it now because legally, I don't think they have to. They've just taken notice of the fact that there's an increasingly loud indignation coming from this community. And rightfully so. This is a good day. I feel good about this. You know, I was pretty pissed off last night about the whole Dark Space thing, and I am still upset about that. But, you know, at least like this lifted my spirits a little bit. Now I can look at this and go, yeah, things are happening. But yeah, I want to thank Ben, aka VideoTech, for letting me know about this. You're a king. I love you. Have my kids. But the rest of you, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Help a fellow bully YouTuber out, you know? I'm one of the few people leading the charge in this community, and I feel like I'm doing an okay job at it, so give this a like, bastards. Anyway, that's it for this video. You folks, as always, stay classy. Peace.
I almost don't feel ripped off.